Got it.
Yeah.
The biggest question: how much do I get paid?
Well, for this whole year, you get 99% of the job total, and
The
that's one
whole
of the
year from
other.
start date or just the 2020?
It's for the entire 2020, and so because we're halfway through the year, if you sign up now and you start using the app, you have kind of 6 months worth of runtime to, build out your client base, get things set up, and really get some activity going. And then after the year is up, we move to a 15%. So you take 85, we take 15, but it's really cut and dry terms, and it'll never change.
Okay, well, how about the dollars? What is the dollars? And what's like the pay structure?
Yeah.
How does
So
that work?
we have one price for every service across the entire country. So anytime a customer orders a service, it's the same price, always.
Okay.
And what I've actually learned a lot through your channel is that people don't know how to price things. So there's all.
It's ridiculous how many questions and messages I get is, "Hey, handyman, I just got someone who wants me to do this, that, and the other thing. They send me pictures. Like, how much do I charge them?"
Mhm.
And my answer is, well, geez, well, there's too many factors.
Right.
I need to personally see it.
Right.
So, what's your response to that?
Yeah, so the design of the payment structure is it's so if you were going to do something by estimate, right, you might stand to make more money in some cases, but the design of the payment system is so that you'll never be in a losing position. You'll never work for less than, like let's say you estimated something and it took you a week longer than you thought, and now you're working for 13 bucks an hour, right? So you'll never be in that position.
Mm-hmm.
But the payment structure is 129 for the first hour and a half. So if that repair takes 5 minutes, that's 129 bucks.
Okay.
Now, if you're there for say 4 hours, then the system is going to transition from that hour and a half, and then it's going to calculate in $50 per hour increments after that. But
Okay.
we
So
don't
I
round up.
guess we could use one of my most recent videos as kind of an example. It was about a 4-hour day,
Mhm.
and very common handyman repairs,
Yeah.
mini blinds, the air conditioners, the door sweep,
Hmm.
uh, the washing machine supply hoses.
Hmm.
Um, so how would that go if I or somebody was the property manager? Would they take pictures because they're not in the houses to take pictures or video? Can they do it and just not have a video? Or maybe they can have the tenant say, "Hey, snap a picture of that rusty gate valve with the washing machine hose."
Right.
Uh,
Yeah, so that could be the case. And what my experience has been is sometimes when people don't have a photo, they just attach a random photo. And you'll get there and they'll say like, "Oh, well, I wanted to do this too and this too and this too," right? And so they tend to lump things on sometimes, but because you're being paid in a structured uh, kind of manner, even if they add things on, it's extra time. So you're being paid for your time. So the the payment system is based on the time and materials basis, right? So the timing that you're there is billed based on the time that you're there. So whether it's an hour and 45 minutes, or 4 hours, you're under that pricing structure of the hourly format. Now, in your case, with all the gate valves and the door sweeps and things, if you supplied those materials, you end up charging those back to the customer, and that is actually a pass-through cost in most cases. So if you went and bought something from the store, and let's say you spent 10 bucks, you're going to get exactly $10 back. But the trade-off is that you have to upload a photo of the receipt for the customer.
mm-hmm.
Now, we also have a different setting where there's stock materials. So common items like joint compound or drywall or, plumber's putty or things that are like they don't have a design to them, right? All of these materials are programmed into the system at a fixed rate, which is, a little more in favor of the service provider. But the thing is that, like in your tool trailer, for example, you probably collect quite a bit of excess materials going from job to job.
Mm-hmm.
And do you charge at every job for those used materials, or do you just buy new stuff?
Well, it depends. It usually just stays on there and it rolls into the next job.
Right.
Sometimes I just get fed up with it and I just throw it all away and start over.
Yeah, and so with our process, you're charging for those materials you have on hand every step of the way. So a $3 box of screws, if you just use a few of them, you might take them to the next job and you'll charge again, and so on and so forth. So some things that have like a perpetual use, we as providers, we tend not to charge for them because it's just extras, right? But
Yeah.
at the same time, there's no real system to manage or track. Like, well, wait a minute, I spent $17 on this. How am I going to get my $17 back? You just kind of keep using it and you don't really think about that type of stuff.
No.
So, all of that kind of process and thinking was put into this digital Rubik's Cube, if you will, where it all just happens automatically. And it's just a matter of clicking a couple buttons.